Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Do you want to consistently beat the market, consistently make money, never lose money? It's really, really simple. If you like to work and if you like to understand how the markets work, I'm going to show you now exactly how to do it. You haven't got to do anything, buy anything, click on anything, pay for anything. This is free information just here to help you because I want to see all of my members, all my Discordians, Lucas aides, all of you win because it really is that simple. You have to retrain your mind to think what money actually is. You don't ever lose money. Treat your money like you are a general of an army and no one gets left behind. Everyone makes it home and everyone produces something. No matter how small it is, you can beat the market. You can be as rich as you want to be. And my portfolio started with just $5,000. We're now just coming up to $1 million. And to be quite honest, if I continue like this, $10 million does not seem that difficult to get to. No losses, just wins, sleep very well at night. Let me show you exactly how to do it. So smash the like button. I'm going to go through step by step exactly how you can always win, never lose. Don't worry about the sexy stuff. Don't worry about trying to get 1,000,000% in one day. Just keep winning, and over time you'll be as rich as you ever could imagine you could ever wish to be. Make sense? Let's do it. Tap the like button and get involved. If you're watching this later, you can skip through this part because we're now going to warm you up. Because later on, you'll be skipping through this and get to the main meat and the bones of it. Here we go. It's showtime. Never lose money. Always win. Here we go. You haven't got to do anything, buy anything. How to always win on the stock market. How to always win and make money. Make all the money you will ever need to live the best life you could ever do. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you for free. You don't have to buy anything, click on anything, download anything. In fact, I'm going to give you all the tools and all the equipment and all the support for free. Absolutely every single part. The only thing that you've got to pay for is your internet bill to watch this and a phone to watch it on and the electric to plug it in. The rest of it, I'm giving you for free. Absolutely everything, including one-on-one support with me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely. Who the hell does that? And I'm going to show you how you can always win on the stock market. Always. So let's start at the beginning. What we're looking at right now on the screen here are images of the stock market preparing for a meltdown, preparing for a crash. In my opinion, that is just around the corner. Not ifs, ands or buts. Definitely. I'm preparing for it. I've positioned myself for it, expecting it, and yep, completely ready for it. The question is, are you? So what do we do in the meantime of all this drama, carry trades, market crashes, inflation? Well, we invest. We stay invested. We're always invested. But why? Why do we even do this? Well, let's break it down and explain what this really means. At the end of the day, you earn money. We all earn money. You go to work, you come home with some money. What do you do with it? Well, if you spend it, you're back to where you started. And that's perfectly okay. Nothing wrong with doing that. However, one day you might not earn any money. You might not have any money coming in. And how do you live? Well, you could take the choice. Who the hell cares? I'm just going to rely on somebody else paying my bills. There are people who think like that. That's not me. And I don't think that's anybody watching this show thinks like that. So you could decide, I've got to take care of myself. I want to take care of myself and provide an income when there's no money coming in. That is essentially why we invest. That is what it's all actually about. Okay, we've established now why you want to invest, but how do you invest? How do you always win? And how do you always beat the market? That's not what's important. What's important is you end up with the money at the end of the day that you need to live comfortably. So you've got no money worries. That is essentially what this is all about. All right. So while you're earning money, you put money to work. So that starts us off with the first thing. What is money? Money is power and control. With power and control, you have everything you need to succeed financially. All right. So what do you do with it? You take your money and you treat it as a soldier. You are the general and your job is to keep all of your soldiers alive. Send them out to work, have them conquer the world, bring back more assets, bring back more money, and never lose anybody in the field. That's your job. That's what you do as a good general. You don't gamble, you don't guess, you don't leave anyone behind. You never lose money. Number one, stop losing money. And it's actually very, very simple to do. When I started investing, I lost money all the time. It's not I didn't know what I was doing, but when I first came into this and started broadcasting on YouTube, I forgot who I was. I've been investing since I was 17 with Barclays Bank. I know how to make bloody money. I've done it all my life. I've had successful businesses all over the world. But when I started broadcasting a few years ago, I got all excited by anything that was sexy and rock and roll. Virgin Galactic being one of those things because my godfather was Kenny Baker, the man inside the robot R2-D2. Yep, that's my godfather, hence the name Martyn Lucas. All right? So I started buying anything that was spacey and sexy and rock and roll, forgetting all the things I'd learned how to trade and how to invest. Now I don't do that anymore. I've stopped losing money and now I win every single day, all the time, never lose. So Now we've established what money is. It's power and control. Think of it as your foot soldiers. You are the general. Your job is not to lose anybody. Because if you lose one single penny, one single cent, you are already losing. And I know that sounds obvious, but if you allow yourself to never lose and you do that over time and you compound, it will outperform all the big wins and all the big gambles you may ever have come across and thought, I fancy a bit of that. There's absolutely no need to do that. So you've got some money. You start out, in my case, with $5,000. All right. My portfolio started out at $5,000. Where am I today? $733,256. Not bad in just under 5 years. No options, no shorts, no crypto, no gambling, no guessing. And it's not just because I work and earned $733,000. No, it's money I actually made by doing this job. So let me show you, because there'll be people who say that's not possible. You can't possibly do that with the way you just described it. Well, yes, I can, and I'll show you. Go down to stocks and shares. And we look at the 1 year, 23% this year, nearly 3x the market in just year to date already. Not bad. 1 year this year so far, $118,000. Pretty mental, right? Pretty crazy. Absolutely. Do it all the time. Very, 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 very simple. In fact, the hard part is to keep it. And now that has become easy as well. So now I've shown you that I'm doing it consistently. And now I've told you, you don't have to buy anything, download anything, click on anything. And in fact, in a minute, I'm going to give you one-on-one support 24 hours a day with me for free. How come there's not 1 million people watching today? We've got 98 people watching. Why? Well, because it's not sexy. It's not rock and roll. I can't believe it. The stuff that's actually free or helpful, no one cares about. Because if I told you the best thing to do was just to simply buy the S&P 500, that's free information. Nobody can sell it. Nobody'd want to watch it. Nobody would tune in. Everybody would think it was boring and pointless. They'd all be out buying today MU, Micron, or they'd be gambling on space stocks today until they lose all their money, of course. And then they go, oh, that didn't quite work out. That may be you. We've all been there. We've all lost money once upon a time. Not anymore, though, and I'm not going to ever again. So let's understand all of this. Let's bring it all together. You've earned some money. You want to invest. What do? Well, you could put the money in the bank, and if you put the money in the bank, that's a waste of time. You're donating it to the bank. The bank takes your money and lends it out 9 times out of 10. And they basically pay you 0.5%. If you're lucky, you might even get 1%. Whoa, how nice. Why is that? It's because a bank is a business. It's not a service. It used to be. It's now a business. It's there to make money and sell you services that you don't actually need. And nobody actually needs them, quite frankly. And you're just paying the rich CEOs millions of dollars, hundreds of millions to basically do the things you can do yourself. So we're not going to put our money in the bank. We're not going to donate it to the bank where we get absolutely nothing for doing it. And at the end of and every year, in fact, you don't just get nothing, you lose, because 3 to 4% is inflation. So you put $100 in the bank, end of the year, you've got 97 or maybe even 96. That's it. But they've given you 0.5%, so you're up to 96.5. But you've just lost $3.50 minimum. Rubbish, right? You carry on doing that for the rest of your life, you're going to end up with no money, are you? So you don't put your money in the bank. Then people will say real estate. Well, real estate doesn't always guarantee anything. Doesn't actually.
I can't believe
we got a special message here. Let me read this.
Stu 7588 has become a member. I sold my SPS. I'll probably buy lower when it drops. I'm watching from Scotland. We getting 30. See, very hot, haha.
Indeed it is. Congratulations to you, Stu, for winning today on Virgin Galactic. Very wise, taking some profit. Very wise indeed. So real estate isn't necessarily a great idea, because if you talk to people who rent their property, there's not always a good story. It's not always a good outcome. There's issues. There's problems. It's not a guaranteed free money. I don't do it. I have a home in the UK. I've got a home here in Texas. I don't rent out either. They are my homes. That's where I live. Yes, it costs me money to have a house sitting there doing nothing, but I go to work to make money, to give myself a life where I can do exactly that. Nothing. That's why I go to work. What the bloody hell is the point of going to work if you have to still worry about your house that you're renting out? Kind of pointless, right? So we're not going to rent out properties. That for me is just not even worth the hassle. So what do? We buy great businesses. Now, you can be a short-term investor, long-term swing, scalp. It doesn't really matter how you describe yourself. What it's about is buying a business that is worth less than it could be in the future, whether you're going to own it for 5 minutes or 20 years. In fact, that's the golden rule. I never buy any asset that I can't own forever. And there are only a few things that I can only own forever. So let me go through them for you. On my portfolio right now, I only have a few things that I actually buy. So I've got treasury bills. I don't buy long-term treasury because then you are susceptible to all kinds of risks. Short-term, this is what's called cash equivalents. This is what Warren Buffett buys. Short-term treasury bills, SGOV. It's an ETF that tracks those very short-term treasury bills. Pays me 3.55. Now, you might get more for uninvested cash with your brokerage, so there's no point you doing it. But if you don't get 3.55, I get 3.35. So 0.25% more with my short-term treasuries, which are no risk whatsoever. And I can buy and sell them 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're insured, backed up by the brokerage, held at fiduciaries. Even if Robinhood, my brokerage, goes bust, it makes no bloody difference. Very secure, 100%. I'm basically lending the US government some money and they're paying me the privilege. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? Think about that for a minute. Well, sat on the toilet, you are lending and funding the US government. How much power have you got? More than they have. You are lending the government money. You are the bank for the government. How about that? What an amazing opportunity and privilege. And remember, everyone who does this, you are 95% richer than everybody else on the planet. So remember how lucky that is. Don't take it for granted. Oh, everyone does it who's rich. Everyone does it in America. It's a big deal that you can do that. So enjoy it and understand what it is. It's a privilege. You can lend money to the government while sat on the toilet. How fantastic is that? So that's my cash equivalent. That's basically my cash when I'm not in the market, because I understand what value is. I don't buy at any price. I don't pay any price for anything. Not at all. I don't care how sexy it is, how rock and roll it is. I simply want to know it's undervalued and it's going to be worth more in the future. Then I can buy it. Simple as that. Whether I keep it for a day, a week, a month is not important. But the fact of the matter is I can always own it forever or sell it in 5 minutes. It makes no difference. So there is my cash. SGOV, short-term treasury. Underneath that are the S&P 500. Now, the S&P 500 is an asset that nobody will ever tell you to buy. No one. I will, but no professional fund manager will ever say that, because when you go to a fund manager, they basically give you the best of the S&P, charge you 10% for telling you. What a load of rubbish. Nonsense. Just buy VOO. That is the way to do it. How do you do as a retail investor? You might say, why not SPY? Well, SPY is for professional traders. And when I mean professional, I'm a professional trader. This is my job. I mean people who trade 1 million times a second. Right? You don't need that liquidity. VOO is how you go. That's even Warren Buffett used that. All right? So VOO, Vanguard. That's all you have to do. All right? So the S&P 500. But understand, you only buy it when it's below 20 times earnings. When it's 23, 24, 25, it's too expensive. Would you go out and pay $10 for a can of Coke at any time? Of course you wouldn't. Be absolutely bloody ridiculous. Unless it was the last can of Coke in the world. Why the hell would you do it? You've got to buy value. If you don't buy value, you're not guaranteed any future income. And you end up being out of the money, or your money is frozen up, can't go anywhere. So, of course, you don't want to do that. It serves no purpose whatsoever to you doing that. So don't do it. All right? That's the S&P 500. I made loads of money by trading the S&P 500. I'm out of it right now because now I'm expecting it to pull back and sell off maybe even as much as 40%. I don't want to be in that when it crashes, no matter how good it is. People will say, dollar cost average, rubbish. Utter nonsense. Mathematically, the stupidest thing you could ever do. And I proved it live on the show, nearly 5 years. Mathematically, it is pointless, stupid, makes no sense. It is for people that don't want to watch what they're doing, don't pay attention, then it's fine. Because you're just buying every month, and over 20 years, you'll be up, not because you're a smart investor, but because money got devalued over that time. That's all it is. And you'll tell yourself how clever you were because you saved every month and put your money away. No, that's okay, but that is not the way to outperform and be the best of yourself. If that's what you want to do and you'd rather live that way, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but just know it's not the best way. Rubbish. And the reason why people say dollar cost average, because it's better to keep buying every month than to do absolutely nothing. All right, we got a star guest. Let's read this out. Potato Family has a word to say. Here we go.
At Potato Family 3958 tipped $1.99 through Super Chat. Made $342 on M&TS on 2 toilet trips. Collision emoji. Heck yeah.
There you go. $342 while going to the toilet twice. It is that simple and daft. But I've not done that today because, as you know, and I'm sure you do, that is all out gambling because the stock is of no value at all. It's worth $1.50. So we'll talk about that in a minute, gambling and all the rest of it. But right now we're focusing on what real value is. Okay? So the S&P 500 is not the right price right now. I don't want to just buy it every month regardless. I want to buy it when it's undervalued because it will go undervalued once again. Now, you might say, yeah, but if you dollar cost average, you're getting it at today's price because in 5 years from now, won't it be up? Yeah, more than likely, very likely, but you'll pay more then, won't you? No, I won't. Yes, you will, because if you wait 5 years, if you set out on the market for 5 years and then you buy it, it's gone up. Not necessarily. It's gone up in price, but it may be cheaper in value. What does that mean? That means everybody focuses on the wrong thing. You always focus on the price of the ticker. And you go, well, it's going to go up, so I want to buy it today. Yes, but what if in a year from now, it's actually better value? What does that mean? Price to earnings ratio. So the earnings of the asset or the ETF has fallen or has gone up in relationship to the price, which has gone down. So even though the price may have gone up, it's better value. In other words, you've got a much better return when it starts to go up again. Because the market is always transient and moving, all right? And how you make your money is not by sitting on the sidelines. I'm not sat on the sidelines. I'm in and out scalp trading, and I'll show you how in a minute. And then in between the scalp trades, I'm in and out of my SGov. I've done it twice today. In fact, I've done it 4 times today and got marked as a pattern day trader. And I thought, oh, sod it. I can't be bothered. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't even know why I'm bothered about it. So I'm a pattern day trader once again. Who the hell cares? It doesn't matter. It just means I don't earn uninvested. It just means I don't earn uninvested cash, but to be honest, my money's in treasury bills anyway, so it doesn't matter. And in 2 weeks' time, that rule's going away anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I don't even know why I'm bothered about it. It's insignificant to me. But anyway, so there you go. I'm trading as much as I possibly can. So what we're doing is focusing on value. If you always buy what is going to go up in the future, how the hell do you lose, right? But we also have to understand the macro conditions, what's going on in the market, what's Donald Trump tweeting today, what's inflation. These things get complicated, but this is how you want to beat the market. This is how you like to really multiply your gains when you got to put the time in. But I will teach this for free. I am giving everyone today 1 week free trial to join Discord. I told you one-on-one support, 1 week free trial. There is the link. If you're not in Discord, you get 1 week for the pro membership for free. How about it? All right, I told you this would be free today. So I'm going to teach you one-on-one, show you all the trades, show you the setups for SpaceX. We're going to do stage events. We got stage events with Sensei, how to read charts, all that great stuff. All right, so let's now move on. We've done treasury bills, that's cash. We've done the ETF, the only ETF you need. Then what about aggressive stocks, and what about defensive? That's it. All you need. So I've discovered the best defensive stock in my mind right now, and has been for many, many years, is Coca-Cola. No surprise. No surprise. Now, I'm not guessing or gambling or just because it sounds good. I've read the balance sheet. I've studied the business. I understand the real value of Coca-Cola. It's not a Coke business. It's not even a bottling business. In fact, it's the very opposite of that. It's a licensing business, a little bit like McDonald's. It's the name they sell to the bottlers who take the risks around the world. They put the stuff in the bottles, they sell it, and deal with all the issues around the world. Coca-Cola is a marketing machine. That's it. A brand that's never going to go away. In my opinion, it'll never go away in my lifetime. So I'm buying a brand that is more known in more countries, believe it or not, than the word Jesus Christ. How about that for statistics? Nuts, crazy, but that's it. More people are aware of that name, Coca-Cola, than Jesus himself. There you go. Pretty crazy, right? Around the world. But that is the reality of how big that brand actually is. So that's a defensive play. Okay, now I just flashed down to crypto. Crypto right now is a pointless place to be. It's parking your money, going nowhere. Yes, it can go up 20, 30% in a day. Well, so can any space stock at the moment, and you can definitely get your money out. With crypto, because the way it's leveraged right now, up and down, up and down, if you've been in crypto for the last 2 or 3 years, you probably made no money whatsoever, and your money's been parked. And the trouble is, with the current climate, crypto could drop enormously. And I think when the market pulls back, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I could see Bitcoin going down 80%, XRP 80%, all of this stuff. Even though I've been in it and my trades have been successful, I'm out of crypto at the moment. Do not see any point in joining a fan club and buying something which doesn't actually produce me anything, can never actually make me money other than people buying it. And I understand crypto. I do. I've owned it, trade it, spoke to the people that run it. I get it. I speak to Ripple. I speak to the banks. I get it. I've owned it. I'll own it again. But right now, there is no point doing it. I don't care. Even if it goes up 20% tomorrow, that doesn't matter. If you look at that over the last year or 2 or 3, I've made more money on the S&P 500 than I am owning crypto. And that's not going to crash because I'm controlling my money. I'm not going to get completely margin called because all of a sudden everyone gets leveraged and takes crypto down to 80%. So we drop, that is. So I can't buy that at the moment. No point looking there. Now, apart from our defensive play, we've got ultra aggressive. That's VUG. That is the growth part of the S&P 500. So it's the S&P on steroids. It focuses on Google and Nvidia, but it's not always the right time to buy it. It depends on the cycle. We've had a rally. That's all over. So I'm not in there anymore. I've taken my money out of there, and that is now going sideways. All right, that is it. That's going sideways. So all my money right now is in treasury bills, earning me 3.55. The market can go down 99.9%, and I'm going to be exactly where I am there. In fact, every day now I'm going to make about $60 doing absolutely nothing, just protecting my money going up. However, and this is where it gets exciting, scalp trading. Now, what is that? Scalp trading is when you get in and out in seconds. Could be a minute, an hour, couple of hours, but it's not a day trade. Swing trades are a couple of weeks or more. It's within seconds or minutes or hours. I've done it today 4 or 5 times. Every single time I've done it, I've shared it to my YouTube members, okay? my Electrum members on the membership page and my Discordians. Now I'm giving a free week trial for everyone that joins Pro today for free. 1 week for free. How about it? Because we all want to get ready for the SpaceX trades, where I am going to have a $1.5 million on in play and $100,000 trade to start me off. Okay, if you want to be part of that, if you want to get one-on-one support, if you want pro traders to help you, if you want to be able to talk to me 24/7, it's the only way possible. See all my trades as I make them, before I make them, and after I make them, and 2-stage events for free. For 1 week, I'm giving everyone who joins Pro a free membership. How about that? For a week, 1 week trial. Good, isn't it? Told you this would all be free. So what we do is we are right this second, we are all in treasury bills. Look, 100% of my money, 100% on this account, the Roth IRA, all in, as you can see, 99.97. I'm always green, always making money. Simple as that, going up 60 bucks thereabouts a day, doing absolutely nothing just by simply owning treasury bills like Warren Buffett. That's it. Okay, I can access it 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, whenever I see an asset that goes under value of sorts, I buy it. So let me explain. We're not going to be looking all over the place, guessing and gambling and running over here and this stock's going up, this stock's going down. What we do is look at what we know. No, we don't want crypto. We don't want crypto right now because I can see $1 on XRP, 50,000 on Bitcoin. So we don't want to buy that. It's not going to produce a dividend. It's not going to produce a yield. It doesn't earn me any money. I'm just hoping that you're going to buy it. I can't rely on you, so let's scrub that idea. Rubbish. The S&P, not at 28 times earnings, no. Now, if I thought for a moment the markets were amazing and they were going to run and run and run and run, maybe we can overbuy, but never at 28 times earnings. It's getting some of the highest in history. It's ridiculous. So no, the S&P is great, but not now. So what can I buy? I want defensive. And the reason why I want defensive is when we crash, and we will, money will go defensive first. Now, defensive won't stay up forever. If the S&P goes down 40%, Bitcoin's down 80%, Coca-Cola is down 10 to 15%. So it's not going to avoid a recession. It's not going to avoid a crash. No, it's going to go down also. But if it does go down, can I afford the drop? Can I buy more on the drop? And am I going to earn dividends at the same time so it compensates me for the drop? You need to understand these things. So we know the way to go right now with scalp trading is defensive, because we want to always buy something with value, with a dividend, with an income. So if it does go down and we're in it, we're not trapped, we're earning money, okay? And it needs to be better than what I'm going to get with my treasury bill, and more likely to be the stock where everyone goes when we crash anyway. So defensive. So there's only one trade in town for me right now, and that's Coca-Cola. All right, so we understand what we're doing. Now we go to Coca-Cola and we look at it. Now, I've looked at the business. I know what the profits are, the margins are, what they're making, what's coming up this year with the World Cup, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and on and on. All right? Now, remember, what we're trying to do here is buy the bottom, not sell the top. Everything we do here on this channel is the opposite of what everybody is doing. Because everybody is doing it wrong. Everybody is selfish, greedy, trying to time the market, trying to beat the market. I am beating the market by not even trying to beat the market. I'm trying to protect my money. I'm trying to buy the bottom. When everyone's selling, I'm buying. I'm not buying when everybody else is buying. I'm doing the opposite. Always the opposite. That's the story of my life, I'm afraid, but that's how it works, and that's why I'm always winning. So we look at this, and I spent years looking at this, and I know right now that the price target for the end of the year is $90, right? Now, that is in a perfect situation, maybe 91 now, actually. However, right now, I think we've got a crash coming. Like, virtually in my mind, I'm 100% certain of it. So we're not going to get to 90 before a pullback. So I don't want to be just loading up, thinking, well, if it goes to 80, who cares if it goes down? Well, I care if it goes down because I could have bought even more if I waited, and I always get the bottom. So I'm not going to go all in here for a long-term trade and walk away and go, well, it might be up in a year. That doesn't serve me any purpose. That's just waiting and doing nothing. I'm an active investor, not a passive one sat on the beach sleeping through it all. I want to be active. So because we are quite close, now you might say, are we? Yeah, we are. $80.77 is very close to our $90 target, because you're never going to get there, because as it gets close in these conditions, everybody will be selling anyway. So 87, 88 would be amazing. You wouldn't even get that. I doubt if you get that. Just because the target is 90 doesn't mean we're going to get there, but certainly in these conditions. So we're getting very, very close. And remember, if we've only got 4, 5, 6%, maybe left in the stock this year, and I can earn 3.55 guaranteed, no risk, why would I not do that? And that's what I'm doing right now with my treasury bill. So what we can do is scalp trade. And scalp trade is when the market is buying something else and the piggy bank, which is otherwise known as Coca-Cola, is being sold, because that's how it works, rotation. People sell this to buy space. Now, right now, because we've got SpaceX around the corner going IPO, and we're going to cover it live, and I'm going to trade up to $1.5 million on it, 100 grand straight in, okay? Everybody's buying everything space related. Don't believe me? Think I'm making it up? Well, you can see it's all over the place. We got Virgin Galactic today, which popped up and then sold straight back off again. We went as high as 20%. We've lost 10% in a day. Everyone guessing. It's pre-revenue. It's not providing a dividend. It's not actually making any money right now, and it could actually still go bust. No one cares. They buy it anyway. That's for the gamblers, not for those who bought it and investing long term. I understand that. But the people that bought today, gamblers, and then sold it, 10% gone. Imagine if you just bought the top. You're going to feel all right? Clown now, aren't you? That's one. What about Momentous? Another one. Momentous. This has got a deal with SpaceX. Up she goes. This is worth $1.59. No one cares about the value. They're just buying momentum. Speculative gambling. All the way up it goes. Absolutely bloody mental, right? No one cares. We just keep trying to do this. And remember, for everyone who's winning today, someone is losing, and more are losing. You might think I'm up today, and I hope you are, but this is gambling and guessing. All right, you are trading momentum. So everything to do with space is going up. So when this all goes up like this, then a defensive gets sold off. We saw a big drop this morning, and that was enough for me to go wallop. I'm having a go at this. I don't mind if it goes lower, because getting a 1.5–2% drop in a day will more than compensate me for what I'm may or may not get because of being in a stock that's down for a while on my treasury bills. So I was very, very happy. So this morning I did a trade live on the show, shared it on Discord and Electrum. It was I think $130,000. Wonderful. I bought that. Now you might say, well, that's all right for you. You got $130,000. It's only got to move like 1/3% and you make $400. Well, yeah, that's true. I understand. And I will certainly sell it on 1/3%. But we haven't got $130,000. Neither did I 5 years ago. I had $5,000. It doesn't matter. You can do the same thing with $10. The difference is when you've only got $10, you won't want to bother. You'll think it's a waste of money, a waste of time. Why would I bother? I can go for something that's going to go up 1,000,000%. Yeah, you could think like that if you want to. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose your money. Most people will. But I am happy focusing on the long term, even if it's the short term. I'm on about winning all the time, consistently winning all the time. And if you consistently win, your portfolio looks like that. Always going up, always making money. So this morning, live on the show, I bought an asset that was not oversold, not cheap, Not anywhere near cheap. It's a lot cheaper than the space stocks right now, at hundreds of thousands of times earnings. It's 23, 24, but it's cheaper than the S&P, and it's got a good a price target. It's got a good dividend. It's a great business that's actually worth more money than it is today. And it's going to go up when everyone buys it, when everything crashes. So every reason to buy that. So I did it this morning, and I made about $300 in about 5 minutes. You all watched me do it live on the show. Not a huge amount of money. Some people would say, you bet $100,000 to make $300. Are you mental? Well, it was like 0.3%. Very happy with that. Nothing wrong with that. The more money, the more money you make consistently, eventually you can do bigger and bigger trades, more and more and more trades, and you can do hundreds a day. Because as of June, they're turning off pattern day trading, and I'll be doing 100 trades a day in this type of philosophy, in this type of situation, making money consistently all the time. All right, not chasing the big stocks, making the ones that no one's paying attention to, that are undervalued or relatively momentum trades, stocks that are being sold because of everything else going up or whatever it might be. But I don't mind remaining in it if the market crashes. It doesn't matter, because that's where the money will go. I'll be compensated by a dividend, and so on and so forth. It's simple. All right, keep doing it. Now, as I came off air, I did it again. You now notice I'm up $415 plus what's on my Roth IRA. Did the same thing. Went over to my Roth IRA, same thing, made some money on there as well. Not as much, as a much smaller position, just $10. That'll be up in a minute when the Treasury bill resets itself. But not bad for one day, right? Now, yes, I'll pay tax on this. People will say, oh, you're going to pay tax. Well, every time you earn money, you got to be prepared to pay tax. Yes, you could try to avoid it, and that's why Treasury bills doesn't cost me any tax. I don't pay any state tax on my Treasury bills. That's one of the advantages with owning Treasury bills. You pay less tax on it because that's just the way it is in different states. In my state, Texas, they don't charge me for that, for state taxes, all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, don't focus on not doing a trade because you'll pay tax. That's as stupid as someone saying, I've got a job for you tonight. I'm going to pay you $1,000, and you go, I can't do it. Well, why not? Well, I've got to pay $200 to the tax man. Well, yeah, but you still got 80. So you still got 800, didn't you? Don't worry about stuff like that. Focus on winning and making sure you put the money to one side to pay the tax. Who the hell cares? Yes, if you can avoid it and reduce it, I do all the time with lots of different trading strategies, but don't turn down the trade just because you might be charged tax. That's a bit daft. Still make the money. Anyway, so this is how you do it. So this is how you use money. You don't use money for spending. Money are your foot soldiers. You are the general, and you can start spending all the money you'll ever wish to make for your entire lifetime once you've multiplied your money. So send out your soldiers. Bring every single one back and multiply, multiply, and multiply. Now, after a while, you'll get dominance. Imagine you were an army and these were your foot soldiers. Eventually, you'll have global dominance, won't you? If you think about it, you'll be so big, you'll never lose a battle again. And that's the point. That's what Warren Buffett does. He never loses now. And he's not the greatest investor of all time. He's actually rubbish. People go, what? You just called the Oracle of Omaha rubbish? Well, yeah. For the first 30 years of his life, he lost loads of times. He started doing it right once he bought Coca-Cola and just kept doing that for the longest time. It's exactly the same philosophy as if I lived till I was 200, I'd be richer than Elon Musk. Yes, I would. If I lived to 200, just keep doubling and doubling and doubling. Like if I gave you a penny and it doubled every day for 30 days, you'd have over $1 million. It's the same thing. Do the right thing for the longest time and never lose, and you'll be as rich as you ever need to be, and you won't want for anything. So it's not hard to make money. The hard part is to keep it and control your emotions. All right? So there you go. Treat money as your soldiers. Send it out, let it multiply, and just keep winning over and over again, and then parking the money safe. Now, if we are in a condition where the market is expecting rate cuts everywhere and inflation is low and the market is undervalued perhaps because everyone's been taking profit, then fine, buy anything you want within reason. But right now you understand, and I think we all agree pretty much, don't we, that the market is massively overbought, too expensive, inflation's still going up, the war's not going to end, and Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has done a trade every minute, 24 hours a day since the moment he came into office. It's been one great big nonsense of inside trades and all the rest of it. And we've shown you the evidence and the information about it. It's crazy. The war's on, the war's off, the war's on, the war's off. There's no deal. There's not going to be a deal for ages. And even if there was a deal now, inflation is already baked in. Recession is virtually guaranteed. Carry trade will come eventually, even though we put it back a little bit because inflation temporarily has come down in Japan because of some accounting issues, which will all rectify themselves later in the year. I predicted September, October, the market will have a major pullback. So I don't want to be in the market when that happens. Now, people will tell you, because they want you to click on their videos, always stay in the market. Yes. And no, I'm in the market right now earning 3.55%. And remember, I have had a year, if I go to my stocks and shares, I've had a year to date where I've made 23%, 22.68. All right, 2.5, 3 times the market, the S&P this year. So another 3.5% on top of that takes me like to 25%. That's fantastic by anyone's stretch, with no guessing, no gambling, no shorts, no options, no margin. That's the way to go, right? Why do I need to guess and gamble? I don't want to be in the market when it pulls back. I've made my money from the market this year. So now I'm in treasuries waiting for that to happen. Now, if the market doesn't pull back, but it gets repriced, so the S&P 500 is actually okay at 22 times earnings, 23 times earnings, 24 times earnings, because growth is off the charts, that could become true, then I can buy at these levels. But that is an informed decision. That's not guessing, and that's not gambling. Until that occurs, I'm going to be in treasury bills, parking my money for now. Not out of the market, not doing nothing. I'm sitting, watching, and waiting, because I know, and I've done this before. You see it here. If I show you this line here, this was where was it? Last year. There we go. That was the Liberation Day. Remember that? That was the Liberation Day. We bought there. That was the war. See that? See all of this? All of these situations have provided me the opportunity to make lots of money. And when they occur, I had money ready to go. Whether it's my own money, margin, whatever it is, I was ready to go. You have to be ready, because if you are ready, the money that you make on these pullbacks will be far greater than just remaining dollar cost averaging every month. So I repeat, if you dollar cost average, it's not the wrong thing. It's just not the best thing. But it's the right thing for you if you don't pay attention to the market. If you just want to buy the market, the S&P, every single month. This is why I've no idea why anyone does this. I think it's the stupidest thing to do, to have a financial advisor, a financial money manager who essentially buys the S&P, because they all do, you know. They'll go Apple, Microsoft, Google, basically they own the S&P. And then they charge you 10% to sit down with them once a month. It's ridiculous and stupid. You might as well buy the S&P and be done with it. You don't need the hassle. It's a load of rubbish. But if you don't want a financial advisor and you don't want to watch the market, you can do these things that I'm doing. So if you want to do these things that I'm doing and you want to consistently win, consistently beat the market, you can. And I'm giving you one-on-one support for free, because I make money doing it. And I want everyone to say, Martyn, I love this channel. I love this community. It's entertaining. I find I've got friends here. I'm always making money here. And I love it, love it, love it. And I make money doing this. So how can I do that? Well, you've got a couple of options. You could become a member of the channel. Now, to become a member of the channel is only a couple of bucks. Yes, it does cost money to be on YouTube. There's nothing I can do about that because YouTube can't have membership perks unless there's a cost to it. They don't have a trigger to make that happen. You can't have free memberships. There's no such thing as a free membership. That's just the way it works. But I can tell you this. It's only a couple of bucks. There'll be no price increases ever and no inflation ever. What more can I do with that? All right. On my extra channel, it's 99 cents. You can't even make it any lower. And there's no inflation on that either. But Discord is what I'm talking about right now, where you can get items from the newsletter for free right now. Yes, and stage events from Sensei, our chart analysis, and stage events from me twice a day. I'll be over there in about 15 minutes, all right, for free. 1 week trial for free for the pro membership. How about that? Pretty mental, right? And you can get everything, direct access, help with everybody for nothing, for free. And my time is worth between 600 and 700 bucks an hour. That is what my time is worth to me. That's how much money I make in an hour. And I will give you that for free. So there is Discord. I think it's pinned in the chat, and I've just dropped it in there as well for you. Let me just double check. Is it pinned to the top? Yes, it is. It's pinned to the top. If you're watching over on the phones right now, click on the icon and join me here on the main show. There's a wide version and a TV version, separate broadcasts. So there you go. I'm going to be over on Discord in a minute. I'll onboard everybody live. You'll get a really me. I pick up the phone and talk to you, and I will, support you and everything else for free. There are Discord servers who charge $1,000 for indicators, live trading, all this stuff, AI, bots, and they're losing half the time. I'm always winning, and I will give you this with my personal time for free. A whole week to try it for free. Crazy. Right, well, 1 minute away from ringing the bell. Where are we going to go? Let's go. Let's get ready to ring the bell, everybody, and let's bring it on. Here's my portfolio. We're down here. Of course, we're up again today. We're not beating the market today. No, we normally beat the market, but we're not beating the market today. The market is up a lot more. It's up 0.6. I am up 0.13. But I'm completely out. I'm protected. If the market crashes tonight, my portfolio is going to keep going up. 100% guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. All right, so let's rock and roll. Let's ring the bell in 30 seconds. Are you ready? We're going to go through the portfolio. We're going to play the funky music, and we're going to do it right now. Here we go. We got 30 seconds to go. Let's get ready to roll. It's time for the market and the bell to go. Here we go. 20 seconds to go. Where's the market going to go? We'll go for all the positions in just 15 seconds from now. Let's count it down. On the screen, you can see it. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The bell has gone. Let's rock and roll. Let's see where we're going right now. So the S&P. The S&P is up today, trimming back a slightly maybe. It's way over priced right now. Virgin Galactic, look at that. You were up today 20% and now you're down. Look at that. 12% white from the top today. That was guessing, that was gambling. Be careful, no need for it. I hope you all took your profit. Palantir. Palantir is flat today. Gold is flat today. Amazon is down today. Let me just turn the music down a little bit. Is that any better? Is that a bit better? All right. Let's have a look. We've got Apple down today, 0.06. Enphase Energy going to $100. That was my prediction from $24. Coca-Cola, look at that. Sold off again, you see. I sold it here. We'll do it again in a minute. We'll do it again for the fourth time, the fifth time today. Yeah, if it goes below 80, if it sits on $80, I'll do it for the fifth time today. I've lost count how many times I've done this today. And we'll do it again. But this time we'll do it with $200,000, $250,000. Who the hell cares? Doesn't matter. It's all free money now. J&J defensive going down. Chevron oil down today. Tesla going up. McDonald's going down. Google up today, 384. The target is 400. Too expensive now. Microsoft, too expensive. Meta Platforms going to 800. Nvidia, I'll buy it back again under $200. Not until. Walmart, I'll buy it under $100. They've just told you a recession's coming on their earnings call. That's why we cover this stuff. They've basically told you. Insiders selling it and all sorts. Tilray Brands, gamblers, no value whatsoever. Nothing's happening. Robin Hood, we sold this at 84. I won't buy it back until it goes to 50. Vertical Aerospace, pre-revenue, going up today. Joby Aviation, going up today. What is going on? Archer Aviation, flat now. It was up earlier. It's pulled back now. Bitcoin, going down. Could go down to $50,000. XRP is down today. This could go down, just going sideways, going nowhere. Could go down to 80 cents. I shared it on X the other day. Ethereum, also down. Tom Lee keeps talking absolute nonsense. He makes it up. It doesn't matter. He doesn't really care. So there we go. There's the rundown. We're beating the market. Well, sorry, we're not beating the market, but we're up today and we've made real profit. Real gains today have been banked. We paid the tax, put the money to one side. We are good. Cheers, everybody. Happy Christmas. Oi, 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 oi. Let's come to chat. Is there a Discord event? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Do you trade CDF or stock ISA? No, I don't. Okay. Congratulations, everybody. Yes, there is a stage event after the show, so I'm going to set it up right now. Here is my stage event tonight on Discord. And I will onboard anyone right now. If you want to join me, you can try us out for free. 1 week of the pro membership for free. Okay, how about that? So let me set this up. The event tonight. Create an event. It's a pro event, of course. Pro members event. Only the first one, the beginning of the week, is for everybody. After that, it's for pro members only. Pro event. Okay. Live Q&A. This will be in 10 minutes time. At 1/4 the hour. There we go. Da 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 na 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 na. It's addictive, isn't it? Right, okay. Okay, there we go. Next. Create the event. I'm gonna drop it in the channel. Copy link. No point putting it in YouTube, of course. I'm going to put it in Discord. That's where everybody is. There we go. Okay. Right. There is the event created. People are already coming in. That's fantastic. Let me go and see if anyone needs onboarding. Does anybody need onboarding? Ah, yes, we had someone called Ant. Ant just tried to join. So let me give Ant his interview. Do that now live on the show. Here we go. Okay. Oops, I did it wrong. Nearly missed out the questions. Here we go. So if you want Discord, you can do it now. We're giving you 1 week for free. There is Discord in the chat. It's also pinned at the top as well. So let me give Ant your interview. There you go. And I'm going to give you the video you need. Okay. All right. Oh, Saud Hinder. Saud, I want know about trade. I'm not sure. Okay. Could be a bit suspect, but we'll assume that you're a good person. This is why we do an interview. We don't let everybody in. We don't do that. We want you to provide value to our server. That's why we do the interview process. We want to find good people that can be of value to the server. So Saud, Hyder, Tara, I think that's it. I think everyone's, that's it. There we go. Okay. Okay, Ant is already talking to me. I see Ant in the chat. Let me go and say hello to him. Hi, Ant. I can see you in the chat talking to me. Are you watching me on YouTube? This is Martyn Lucas, the owner of the server, and you may have seen me on YouTube TV. You've now got a few minutes to watch this little video, answer the questions correctly, and then we can move forward with your application. There will be a stage event at 1:15. Thank you. So there we go. Let me also send that to Saud. Hi, Saud. I've just sent you the application. You need to answer these questions. If we don't hear back from you shortly, we'll assume you don't wish to go ahead, as we do have a waiting list, and we will cancel it out. Cancel your application out. Thank you. Yay. Okay, Ant, give me a good reason how you know the answers to the questions without watching the video. We are trying to provide a quality service. We don't want bots, scammers, trollers. How did you get all the answers to the video? You've not had a chance to watch it. There you go. So this person just replied to all the questions in 30 seconds. Can't have possibly watched the video. So it would be absolutely impossible. So let me see if I get a good answer back. See what this person says, because I don't think that's this is the sort of stuff we've got to do to protect the server. Can't possibly have watched the video in 1 minute. I mean, it's 8 minutes long. Defense stocks going, weapon stocks, I mean, beating markets thanks to those. Congratulations, yes. I'm just not a fan because one, nothing wrong with buying it, of course. Just not a fan of buying a company that just sells bombs to everybody. Number one, I mean, I don't need to make the money. I can make money by just, investing in the S&P, which of course contains those stocks, but I'm not picking them by hand, am I? I just prefer that. I can make money without having to be the one literally selling bombs to anybody. And number two, these can drop like a stone as well. So, anyway, just my own personal choice. Do you think that bond rates are heading higher? Oh, no question about it. No question about it. I can't see how we cannot avoid all of this. Anyway, been watching you for a few years and common sense. Okay. Will anyone on the team ever? No. Do you understand and agree that nothing said? Yeah. What will you be bonded when we do this? Okay. All right, I'm gonna, yeah, but you are, yeah. I didn't watch the video because I'm listening to you live on YouTube, but I will now. Okay, great. Okay, this is fantastic. I guess you're not a bot then. I guess you are real. Fantastic. We want you to watch the video just so you understand how the server works, how to protect you. I know you might think the questions are obvious, but we really do want to protect you. So anyway, I will admit you in then because you obviously, you're talking to me. So if you are a bot, you're a very clever bot. I've never met a bot like you. Anyway, let me give you all the information right now. Here we go. Oh man, that was interesting. Am I talking to a bot? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Remember, the questions are there to help you. It's for your benefit. Right. Okay, there you go, mate. I've approved your application. You now have an hour to choose your membership. If you choose Pro, there's no price increase ever. There's no inflation ever. With Pro, you can friend request me and have direct access with me and support 24/7. You've also got all my trades 24/7. With Standard, you only get the trades during the daytime. You also get 2-stage events. One of those is in the next 3 minutes, and we're going to have that. And you could be straight in with that, where you can live Q&A with me, support. It's not recorded. It's a private space. With Standard members, they only get 1-stage event every Monday, or today it was a Tuesday because of bank holiday. And you can play in the gaming channel to win Luca coins, which you can trade up for prizes. If we don't hear back from you shortly, I guess you were a bot, and you're a really smart one though, and it'll be cancelled out, as we do have a list of people wishing to join the server. Thank you. All right, let's see what happens. I've sent him a voicemail. Let's see what happens. There you go. Right, let's wrap this up. Any Q&A in the chat? Do you think that? Yes, I do. You remind me of a market stall butcher selling knockoff meat. Great. Why would you say such a thing? Fair enough. You remind me of a market stall butcher selling knockoff meat. Fantastic. All right. Well, that's fair enough. We aim to be the most honest, real live channel on YouTube TV. We're always making money. We're always winning. Whatever. I'm a market seller selling knockoff meat. Where do these people get these things from? Anyway, that's all very good. That's all great. I'm really glad I'm whatever that is. And I'm now going to go over to Discord and do our stage event for the evening. All right. I think I'm done. Let's wrap this up. Was there anybody else? Oh, hang on. Cedar Trees. Cedar Trees, that name rings a bell. Did you used to be a member of the channel a long time ago? Cedar Trees, that name rings a bell. Okay. Cedar Trees, that name rings a bell. I'm sure this is somebody from the past. Can't think how I know that, but anyway, that name just sounds so familiar to me. Anyway, let's give you an interview. Okay. And let's go over to Discord. So I'll give that to you. Upload your video. And John, oh my gosh, I am a member on YouTube. Yeah, they are separate though, so don't assume YouTube. We get that sometimes. Someone says to me, I'm a member on YouTube. This is great. Thanks for letting me know, but Discord is not YouTube. It's hard sometimes not to be sarcastic. We have a team meeting end of the show, and I go, how am I supposed to answer this? And it's like, how do you not be sarcastic? Someone goes, I want membership to Discord, and I go, all right. Oh, the power just went out. We're running on backup power. We're on backup power. Look at that. Oh, it works. Woo, do, 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 do. We're running on backup power, everybody. Yep. The power's gone out. We're running on backup power. I love it. Right, I'm going to end this, go over to Discord, and I'm going to switch to the big battery pack, which can give me an hour, because what we've got now will only give me 9 minutes. I've got 9 minutes of power on the battery backup system. Look at that. How about it? Pretty good, right? Right, let me end the stream. It works. All the lights came on, but it didn't matter. We are running the entire studio on battery backup. You impressed, aren't you? Battery backup and internet backup. You impressed. Come and tell the truth. Right, I'm going to go over to... gonna go over now. I see we have some funny comments coming in. That's it. I'll see you over on Discord right now. Okay, I've got to go back to the big batteries. It's good, isn't it? I like when it does it because it shows it works. Look at that. The entire studio, everything you see in here, look, running with battery backup. How about that? Pretty impressive, right? Okay. Let me change this. Here comes the thunder. All right. There you go. Right. I'll see you over on Discord in a couple of minutes. I love it. I love when it works. Put a lot of effort into all this. Right, I'll see you on Discord in a couple of minutes. I'm delayed because of the battery backup. All right, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.